And what am I talking about? Sticking around. All right, so everybody at home knows I have my Z50 set up on the pad, which is a much clearer, sharper, more of a zoomed in view on the Strongback. And that's what we're waiting for right now. I want to see the Strongback fall. And it's got to do it before the base cops come back, because if the base cops come back, I'm probably going to get a ticket and kicked out of here and not be invited on base anymore. But we're going to sit here and we're going to see, because it's usually, I've noticed it's about 15 minutes after launch, it drops. So we're going to hang out for a few minutes and we're going to see what happens. We're going to see if we're able to see it, because they both hit their lights and took off. And I hate to say it this way, but there's a possibility we have another alternative national trespassing on property, because that's kind of been the thing lately, of people trespassing on private property, base property, just properties in general. Okay, we're still okay. We still don't have anybody, no more base cops coming. We got people coming, but no base cops yet. So we had the big purge. The big purge is the cleaning of the lines. They're getting all the fuel out of the lines so they could lay the Strongback down and pull it back into the barn. So hopefully in the next few minutes we'll see the Strongback lay down. Hello. But like I said, if the base cops show back up, we got to tear everything down and leave. And I probably won't even tear it down. I'll just throw everything as it is in the truck. Oh, you know what I need to do? Found it. The top fell off of my Yeti when I floored it. Come on. Fall, baby, fall. And once again, folks, thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to hit that like, subscribe, share, tell all your friends. Let them know about Vandenberg Rocket Launches, the YouTube channel, and the small little city of Lompoc. Tell them to get their asses over here to see a rocket launch. They're actually pretty damn cool. Even today. Oh, more plumage. More plumage. See, I'm just interested, does it gradually fall slowly, slowly, slowly? Or does it just kind of like bloop, fall down to the ground? Kind of interested to see. That's why we're back out here. Or that's why we're out here waiting for Strongback to do something. Oh, here comes the power wagon again. And we should be getting close to Strongback doing something. I would have had time to go park and then run up the hill and all of that, but it's happened to me several times now where I'm at surf or I'm at Ocean Park and I walk up or down the hill, and by the time I turn around, Strongback has disappeared, which means it laid down. I'm looking through the Z50, see if I see anything, any more purging going on around the pad. If I see Strongback starting to retract. Nobody's out there yet, employee-wise. It's usually a little bit after. Oh, another little purge. Got another little purge going on. But I don't know, I think one of the kids I know that works out there, he's an adult now, but he used to play baseball with my son, so he's still a kid to me. But he told me it's usually like an hour after launch that people start coming back to work, because it's not like, you know, they're done for the day. The Saturday crew is going to come in and do whatever needs to be done around the pad. I think. No, yeah. Is that him? Nope, that wasn't him. That's a Pennsylvania play. Come on, Strongback, fall already so we can get out of here and I don't get in trouble. But the booster has well landed already on the drone ship. Of course, I still love you, out in the Pacific Ocean. And I don't know how that works. I don't know if it lands and they just start flying back toward Long Beach, because that's where the drone ship goes. The drone ship does not come back here to Lompoc to drop the boosters off. It goes to the port of Long Beach, right by the Queen Mary. They have a dock down there with a crane that picks the booster up and lays it down into a cradle. And then they load it onto another barge, usually with a second booster and some fairings and what do you want to call it, boat up here? Steam up here? They venture up here to Lompoc through the Channel Islands Channel, and then at Point Conception they turn north and head along the coast a little bit further and pull into the boathouse where there's a large dock, a large boat ramp, and then they unload the boosters. And then my ex-son-in-law tugs it around to wherever it needs to go. I should have turned the timer on after the launch to see where we're standing. Moose Turtle, the booster disappeared or the Strongback disappeared? Of course the booster disappeared. Oh, well, no, because you said RTLS, so it would have been. So, when the rocket lands, you see the little plumage going on, right? Well, just to the left of that, there's two little white dots. The landing pad is over in that direction. The launch pad is to the left of that plumage. The landing pad is to the right of that plumage. It's like 1,000 feet southwest of the launch pad. And it's in a little valley. It's lower than the launch pad. So if you're ever out here, that's why you can only see the top of the booster when it's on the launch pad. But if you walk to the end of the train station, you walk south on the train station to the very end of it, you could get a better view of the rocket, the booster on the landing pad. But right along that black thing sticking up right along the ridge line, just to the left of that plumage coming up, that is the strongback. And we're patiently waiting for it to fall, which I would assume it would have done it already. And it hasn't yet. But we're not leaving unless the base cops come back, then we'll leave. But for now, we're gonna hang out for a few more minutes to see if we see strongback fall. But this is the conclusion of Booster 1100's 8th launch. Its 7th Starlink mission. Its 8th mission in total. Ken Grody Ford! If they still have the same building behind the Fullerton Airport, I put the sprinklers in it. The fire sprinklers. Let's see. Do we got anything? Oh. I keep hearing cars come up behind me. They used to let us park behind the barricades over there. Like if you're a local and you wanted to come out and get a sandwich and have lunch out here or dinner or whatever, you used to be able to park over behind those white things over there on the right. Come on, strongback fall. This will be a first for me too. Waiting out here until strongback falls. And it's another reason why I got Starlink, so we can hang out here for as long as humanly possible. Until the phone dies or the Starlink dies, one or the other. Phone service is a little bit better out here now. It used to be absolutely zero cell phone service. We got more plumage going on. Yeah, the base cops took off code 2. Lights, but no sirens. So something was going on. At least they weren't coming this way. Last time I saw emergency vehicles coming this way, there was an ocean rescue going on. Somebody got pulled out in a riptide. And to the on-screen left, that hazy black thing sticking up along the ridge line, that is the strongback, which we're waiting to fall, and then we'll wrap up this live stream. Thank you for tuning in, folks. I really appreciate it. Don't forget to hit the like, subscribe, share, tell all your friends. If you'd like to donate $1 or $2, head on over to PayPal, look for Vandenberg Rockets. That's me. Let's see. Got anything? Oh. There goes that Mercedes again. I've seen them like 3 or 4 times today. Well, I don't really want to push my luck too much, folks. So we'll give it like 5 more minutes. And then we got to get out of here because I don't want to get a ticket or yelled at or anything like that. And with my luck, I'll go to tear everything down and the Strongback will fall. This is like one of the longest times post-launch that I've seen the thingy up. The Strongback continues standing. Usually it's 15 minutes. I've always noticed about 15 to 20 minutes after launch, that thing starts falling back down to the ground. Well, it actually disappears from wherever I'm watching from. Whether it's Old Faithful or out here at Surf, or if I leave Harris Grade and haul ass down here, it's usually down by the time I get here. And from Harris Grade to here typically takes me 20 minutes to get here. So in that 20 minutes, it's already retracted, but it lays itself back down on the ground. And then in the midst of all those power poles on the left side of the screen, you'll see that white building. That is the SpaceX barn. That is where the final steps of putting the boosters together with the second stages and all of that happens. One side of the building is the customer side. That's where the satellites and all that are encapsulated in their fairings. And then the other side of the building is where the boosters hang out. And then they put them all together and stick them on the Strongback and roll them out to the pad and stand it up and then wait to launch. All right. Sorry, I keep hearing these cars come up from behind. And I'm waiting for one of them to be the base cops to be like, "Didn't you say you were leaving?" Well, yeah, but not yet. Let's do it like this. Isn't it like, when if you watch water boil, it'll never boil, but if you turn away for a hot second, it'll start boiling. So let's turn away for a hot second. I'll keep my eye on the Strongback, but I'll turn you guys north. See, everybody earlier when they were saying, "Oh, aren't we supposed to be looking at Slick 2?" Slick 2 is way, hang on, I'm almost there, way over there on North Base. That's where the Firefly pad is, up there. And that's like the only active launch site on North Base is up there. And that is Slick 2, the Firefly facility. There's the ocean out there. All right. And there's ocean out there. And then another plumage, another big plumage going on. As you can see, that's the strongback hidden behind that plume right now. Who knows? Maybe they're watching my live stream and they don't want me to get it recorded. That's a big plumage. That looks like the rest of the fuel being purged through the lines. And that's from the tank farm. Come on, wind, blow it away. Blow that plumage away so we could see the booster or the strongback fall. Uh-oh. And the camera is on red. The camera is red, which means the battery is almost dead, and so is the phone. The phone's at 20%, which means the camera's probably about the same. Oh, there it goes. It looks like it's falling now. It looks lower in the horizon or on the ridge line. Yep, it's falling. It is falling down. I could see it through the Z50. It has just disappeared behind the ridge line. So there goes the strongback. Well, folks, that does it for today. We didn't get re-entry burn because it was too bright, but we got strongback laydown. That does it for today, folks. I think they have to purge all the lines out. One, they don't want it laying down like a reverse purge. Send everything back out through the tank farm. That's what that probably big purge was, making sure all the lines were cleaned out. No flammables before they let the employees back. All right, folks, thanks for joining us. That's it for today. Don't forget, the next launch is the 28th. Scheduled for the 28th. Doesn't mean it's going to happen that day. That's why you got to turn your notifications on. Because, like I say, we never know when we're going live. Let's finish this live stream with the view of the beautiful Pacific Ocean. Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to hit the like button. And don't forget